Look how gorgeous the sky is. Beautiful winter sky. This just feels good shooting. All right. Hey, Jeep family. Neil from sfj4x4.com. Life in low range. That's what you're watching right now. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this with a friend who's into all things off-road, building, mechanical, automotive, those types of good things. Now, listen, you're going to be subjected to blood-curdling, ear-bleeding music in like 2.2 seconds. So hold in there, do your best to hunker down, but we're going to showcase a little bit of the fun that is our podcast. Then we're going to show you how to decorate your Jeep and just a fun little video of all the parades for Christmas and just the Jeep goodness where we decorate them and have fun with them. Make sure you hang in there to watch where we do the Goodyear Blimp Toys for Tot run. It's pretty cool. And what a unique experience that is pretty special to those of us Jeep owners here in Ohio, where we actually get to ride through the Goodyear Blimp. So you're going to hang in there, check that out, and make sure that you leave a comment below. We read and respond to almost all of them, and we appreciate that no matter what the comment says. So, let us know how things are going and, what the Jeep life means to you. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever, however you are joining us. This is the I Speak Jeep podcast, the fastest growing Jeep off-road and automotive podcast in the industry. The 12th day of Jeepmas my true love gave to me. A Jeep built by S. Jeff J. On the second day of Jeepmas, my true love gave to me 2 Jeep Waves and a Jeep built by Simpson Family Jeeps.
That's way better. That's much better.
The third day of Jeepmas, my true love gave to me 3 new Jeeps, 2 Jeep Waves, and a Jeep built by Simpson Family Jeeps.
Much better.
4th day of Jeepmas, my true love gave to me. I still haven't figured that one. Transition out. 4 beadlock wheels, 3 new Jeeps, 2 Jeep Wave. Where's Scott's cue cards at in this process?
You were singing. We're
on
just enjoying
it. 5th day of Jeepmas. 5 golden Chiefs.
Did he just do that already?
5 golden Chiefs?
Fail.
3 new Jeeps, and a Jeep built by Simpson Family Jeep.
You're getting a lot of Jeeps. It's like the
on
birds are replaced by Jeeps.
The 6th day of Jeepmas, my true love gave to me 6 quarts of oil,
You got all those
5
Jeeps.
golden Chiefs, 4 beadlock wheels, 3 new Jeeps, 2 Jeep Waves, and a Jeep built by Simpson Family Jeeps. Did you make this music?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you did. I knew that's what that was. 7 slot decorations, 6 quarts of oil, 5 golden Chiefs. What is a golden chief?
I'm assuming he's talking about a Cherokee Chief.
I'm assuming he's talking about a Cherokee Chief.
You
but
need
there's
5
no
of them to build
there's
one good one.
A golden eagle. There's a golden eagle package, and there's an orange Cherokee Chief, but there's whatever.
We have a mad scientist.
8 badges of honor, 7 slot decorations, 6 quarts of oil, 5 golden Chiefs. I feel like we should get 7 slot collectibles in here on 7 slot decorations. 2 Jeeps, the Jeep built by Simpson Family Jeep.
There it is.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh my goodness! If Scott doesn't have to do something next week, I am gonna be all up in my feet.
I'm hoping that
commentary.
next week we have a couple of surprises for
Oh,
my goodness.
between the cue cards and
I
something
better
else
be better
maybe.
by then. Make that there coffee while we're... Who ate that? Well, oh, that was a fail. God. Kobe. Is that still okay? Now it's for Kobe. Jeep family, you know what was happening last time? Savage, are we actually recording this time? You know what he did to me earlier? We recorded this really nice voiceover. It was solid. Do you know who didn't get any of the recording? That guy. The Everyday TJ, which is a project that started about a year and a half ago. A customer came in, said, I've got this low mileage, older TJ. Of course, they're all older because they're classics now. Anyways, he said, I got this low mileage Jeep, runs like a top, great family vehicle, have all this history with the family, driving it to school, driving it to work, doing all the stuff in it. It goes on to become known as Brittany the Jeep, and which is actually about this, this appropriate, pleasant relationship between a teacher and one of the sons of the owner. The Jeep that affectionately becomes known as Brittany the Jeep started our series as the Everyday TJ. And if you had followed along at all from the beginning, the goal was to create a arguably bone stock, not restored, but rebuilt TJ. And that is exactly what we gave our customer. Now, about a year and a half later. So one of the last times you would have seen this Jeep would have been about a few months ago, and it looked like this. And obviously all this has been cleaned up. We had the complete new chassis. Customer ended up going out and buying a new tub. He got that painted, ended up having to replace the front axle. And this is a super crazy situation that the industry and the world that we're living in right now doesn't support. When the seat for the ball joints goes bad, when that goes bad, what do we do? And 20 years ago, we actually machine shopped and tooled them, and sometimes we'd cut those C's off and press on new ones. Nobody does that anymore. So we ended up having to get him a new axle to the front, even though, or despite the fact that it was actually low mileage. Somebody had already done ball joints once in the Jeep, and they wallered out the holes, pressed in too big of a ball joint or a knurled ball joint. So we're gonna go from what Scott was talking about on that there YouTube channel, SFJ 4x4. Check it out, like, subscribe, do all that kind of fun jazz, because it helps us help you, help us help you. Anyways, so here's where Brittany is. It's goodness there. That's goodness in a cup. It's not going to be ready anytime soon. It's not. So we have Brittany the Jeep set up on the lift for our viewers at home. And we also have a little bit of fit and finish, a little fine work that has to be done. As the guys say, the devil's in the details, and that's what separates our builds from the others and makes us so unique in the industry. So we're going through with the fine-tooth comb, doing all the I's and the T's. There are some things that the owner has asked that we leave alone, and then there are some things that obviously we have, changed, modified, corrected along the way. So it is reasonably on a stock tire wheel package. There is no lift. These are OE replacement control arms. And if you're unfamiliar, OE means original equipment. No modification, no aftermarket stuff as far as, beefy off-road components. These are aftermarket parts that are meant to be just like what was installed when this Jeep was new. Now, the fun story for me is that my 10-year-old son, granted, he's grown up around all types of Jeeps. He's ridden in a little bit of everything with me and us along the way. I took him to school in the Jeep this morning, and he was like, man, this Jeep is so cool because it's so tight and like zippy. That's what made the TJ Wrangler such an incredibly successful platform, because they just felt good in comparison to any Jeep that had ever been produced before. If this particular Jeep now is as close to what it was when it rolled off the factory line 20 plus years ago. A lot of stuff's been replaced. A number of things have been kept the same. It's a little dirty from being road driven, but we're gonna go ahead and get it up in the air, show everybody at home what's going on. Like I said, it's gonna be, some of the things have been reused. Some of the things are brand new to the Jeep. This is what differentiates a restoration from a rebuild. So this Jeep has largely been rebuilt. It has not been restored. And that's the difference when you are watching our channel and you're seeing all the different types of Jeeps that come out of the shop. So we've got our Dana 35 rear end completely left alone. You can see that actually the rear end is actually pretty fresh, but that's probably his original cover on there. You see our little timing marks on all the things that we check and inspect. Again, it's signature to when our team does a good job. You can see how they indicate that they have reached a torque specification on those components. We have a full stainless steel brake line kit. The brakes have all been gone through, so they're going to be all like new at this point. Shocks are new. We're going to dip under. Realistically, the drive line has been left alone in its entirety. You're going to see these drive shafts are kind of crusty. They're factory drive shafts. Where needed, we put new U-joints in, but realistically, a lot of this stuff is going to be original to the Jeep, but ultimately not a full restoration. Again, it was under 60,000 miles or so. And so a lot of this stuff is by your standard TJ, you know, kind of standard TJ measurements. It's just getting broken in at that point. You see timing marks again, brake lines, everything is a beautiful fit and finish at this point. You can see the paint on the bottom side of the tub. As long as this is kept in good condition, not exposed to the winters in northeastern Ohio, it's going to last for a really long time. We have all new exhaust, new oil pan, but then here's that old drive shaft again. It's just kind of the reality of the situation of the rebuild. The frame is in gorgeous condition. It was started with a Southern frame, had a nice coating on it. And again, the axles have been refreshed or replaced for the application of the Jeep itself. So it's a mixture of when old meets new and new meets old, and giving the customer the tightest, most reliable mixture of parts to give them a pleasant Jeep ownership experience. Do they even require front license plates in Ohio? They don't. This is just for posterity. Up front, standard Dana 30. Got new steering linkage, sway bar links, you know, coil springs are relatively new, jounce bumpers. All of those things are going to be as new as appropriate to the rebuild of this vehicle. This is ready to rock and roll. The alignment went swimmingly. We dialed our toe in just to the specifications that meet the original manufacturer specs, but also our little secret recipe to make them track nice going down the road. Caster and camber are all dead nuts on. Like I said, this is one of the tightest mechanical Jeeps that you're going to drive in kind of a stock configuration, like it rolled off the factory line. Savage, what do you want to talk about the front end for? What's good up here? What jumps out to you, cameraman?
Nothing.
Nothing. Good. We've done our job. It means it looks like just a new Jeep that would have rolled out in 1998 or 2000 or 2001. What year is this Jeep? 98. I got it right the first time.
I'm trying to figure out what Jeep I want to drive or what vehicle, because I really like things with wheels.
So many options.
There's so many options. Things that need test driven, things that are cool. We should take a topless Jeep. That would have been fun.
That would be fun.
It would be. We don't have any topless Jeeps right now. We could take a top down on a Jeep.
Would you like to take the truck?
I think maybe I'd take the truck. Because I went out there to take my Jeep, and then I thought,
Truck's an absolute mess right now for the kids, but good luck.
Can't be worse than his Jeep.
do you know what? I just literally took trash out of my front seat. I was like,
There's
Davey,
probably trash in my front seat.
fine. Fine. It's balmy out. Perfect. It's a good topless day. What temperature is it outside?
It's like 34.
34? Man, if this was Minnesota, we'd be swimming. It'd be a pool day, a beach day.
Oh yeah, I hear they're coming in right now.
Hello.
I hope you like it.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Pictures look amazing. Yeah, that laid beautiful. That turned out so good.
Yeah.
Brad, you killed it, man. This looks so good. Look how good the cowl and the inside of the.
Yeah, that's the single stage red urethane enamel.
Oh yeah.
And then of course the inside of the wheel wells are all gloss black.
Yeah, that looks so good. And I mean, for what you were working with to what you were able to produce, it's night and day.
I hope she likes it.
Oh, she's already head over heels. The only challenge is, again, what that goofball did. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Peekaboo!
He said he thought we brought a truck.
He said this isn't a truck. Well, can't wait to tell Jeff and Scott that. See how they feel about it. I think it's funny how conscientious he is about everything. Then he's like, I'll just drive across town with the hood hanging out the back of my truck, which is totally a Neil move. I'm here for it. Jeffrey?
Oh, you went top down?
I went top, well, top back, I guess.
I asked if they thought it was summer today.
Balmy.
Yeah. All right, you want to grab the other stuff?
No, I'm gonna make room for it.
Oh, okay.
I'll get the blankets down. Jeff's truck is a great shelf right now, so.
That's his truck, you call it?
See, he was tracking.
I said, what do you mean? I thought you said you were bringing a truck.
Right? I said, always let me tell Scott and Jeff. They're very proud of their.
He hasn't seen what I've done.
That's right. He hasn't seen your work truck mode.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we joke to say it's his 3/4 ton truck or his 1 ton truck. He's done some stuff in that truck. All right, we're all looking forward to putting this chapter behind us at this point. If you're just tuning in with us, you'll know that the customer, or maybe you don't know, that the customer went outside of our approved paint and body network and tried to work with a local individual who absolutely scammed her out of about $2,500. So the challenge is that he actually used like Duplicolor or Rust-Oleum spray paint cans. And while I understand there's plenty of people who have spray painted over their lives, things, doing a $2,500 paint job at minimum should not be one of those things. So you should not take money and then a big amount for that quality of turnout. So she did that. He actually sent her pictures of like professional like paint shop mixers and all that kind of stuff, and he ends up painting it outside. He actually used like the pistol grip to hold the spray paint cans. He went down to the Dollar Tree and bought rubbing alcohol and little makeup remover pads to do his prep work and everything. Super cheesy stuff. So in this process, we went ahead. The customer actually ended up having to forcibly remove their Jeep from the property. They went in. Big credit to our customer's husband, Dawn, for supporting his wife through the process. So the customer and her husband went in, got the Jeep back, brought it back home. They did a bunch of sanding on it to try and get it, as much of that buildup off of there. And then we went ahead and we used Raptor liner. So we shipped this out to a friend of ours, Brad, and went ahead and he sprayed a couple coats of Raptor liner on it. You're going to see the full body. It's gorgeous. It all blends together really well. He went ahead and did a black enamel on the inside of the fender wells, and then did a red single stage on the backside of the grill and the cowl, and jamming the doors to kind of give it a nice flow. The Jeep was more of like a maroon type color, and now it's this really hot kind of fire engine red. If you're a paint person, Raptor's really not your favorite, or any type of bed liner, but realistically, it's perfect in the off-road industry. It looks the part. It's a super tough exterior coating, and I think the customer is going to be thrilled. I know that this is the best case scenario for what it started out as, and I think it gives it a lot of character, makes it really unique, and everybody is going to, benefit from it in the future. So kudos to Brad. Thanks to the customer for trusting us to help them through this process. And folks, if you're watching this is a great hey, just be really careful who you trust to do work on your vehicles. Really make sure you vet them well. I'm pretty thrilled to move forward in this project at this point. A couple, 2 to 4 more months, and this Jeep should be comfortably head down the road. Top 5 ways to decorate your Jeep for the holidays, presented by SFJ4x4.com. We know that you love your Jeep and you enjoy looking at it. This is the opportunity to make other people happy with our vehicles. Christmas lights. So we know that we already love our accessory lights, and this is a way to decorate and call lots of attention to your Jeep while along the parade route. You're gonna wanna use a quality power inverter installed directly to your battery. A lot of the newer platforms have a 110 plug-in somewhere, either in the center console or the back of the vehicle. You're going to make sure that you use plenty of zip ties and fasten the lights securely, not just for the parade route, but to and from it as well. Spare tire wreath. Now this is unique to our platforms because we're one of the very few vehicles that have a full-size spare. You can make this as simple or as elaborate as you would like. You're gonna start with making a tight wrap with garland and wrap it all the way around until your arms hurt, and then hang your favorite ornaments securely with zip ties or twist ties from the wreath as well. Inflatables. So this is really for our JT Gladiator owners, but realistically, if you have a small trailer, you can absolutely tow those inflatables from your yard. You can shove them out the window or secure them to the roof of your vehicle. Just make sure to use, again, plenty of zip ties, duct tape, or any other type of tether to secure that inflatable from flying away along your route. Reindeer antlers. There's no better workhorse than Santa's reindeer, and there's no better way to represent the Jeep life than putting those awesome reindeer antlers on your windows, rolling them back up, and adorning that wonderful red nose to the front of the grill or bull bar. Bonus round. This is where you dig into the attic or your neighbor's dumpster and pull out any old Christmas supply. It can be crafts, it can be wreaths, it can be that second-hand gingerbread house that you made last year and forgot to eat. Strap it to the top of your Jeep, the hood, and rock it proudly for all to see. Seatbelt bolts into the Jeep. We're gonna cut out that floor piece. Scott is going to he's gonna fabricable a custom piece into that space. If you've been following along, you'll know that he has built himself a really nice metal shop out of his personal household shop. And so he's going to be making a floor pan before we go ahead and put in those floor braces. Now that floor pan is not where your footwell is, but back where the roll cage bolts in, that sport bar cage bolts in. So we're gonna be doing that. The stages we're taking, we're gonna take the top off, we're gonna take the passenger seat out, we're gonna pull the carpet out, and then we're gonna take it for a drive. And that will be the fun piece. So we're gonna drive this topless, doorless, I don't know, there might be doors on it, I don't know, we'll see. Seatless and roll cageless over to Scott's house. It's not quite 10 miles away, but it's a good drive for sure. And Savage is gonna ride in the back like a little kid and video for you all at home. So Scott's working in here, he's moving pretty quick. This space in here is the problem child. So specifically, if we were to go underneath this footprint of this sport cage, and obviously the importance of this is this all bolts down, this is all seam sealer here. We're gonna have to uncover those bolts, get those unbolted to the best of our ability. And probably in here, back in here, that's actually pretty good. So maybe it won't be as rough as we need to, but we'll show you from under the Jeep as well. This is feeling pretty good from up here, so we'll have we'll have a little something to weld to, but down under this footprint is going to be all soft and rusted. Before it comes up through the floorboard, we're going to cut that out, patch it in. We'll show you from underneath what it looks like, and then we'll show you the floor supports underneath that need to be addressed as well.
Well, the rust starts here. And if you see, if you look really carefully, there's a dent right there. That's because the rust is right there. It's pushed it out. That's a spot weld. And there's another one there. So this whole area is swollen where the floorboard meets the outer part of the Jeep. And then we have bubbles here from the same thing. And if you look down here, that's gone. That's all gone.
Why is it just rusty there and nowhere else on the Jeep?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I do see, first off, there's supposed to be a little clear thing around here, and there's not. So that was letting dirt get behind the fender flare and get into that channel. But if you look inside the Jeep right here, someone has done some interesting sealant. So that tells me that at some point someone knew that there was some water moving around or something happening in that general area that we don't have over there. We'll continue to do discovery and bring you back when there's more of the show.
Good. Have fun.
So we just opened up the can of worms and you can see all the rust that was shoving that apart we had talked about before. All along there, and then this is a cavity, all that back in there. So see how much higher the rust goes than just the bubbles where they were. That's what I was talking about, going an inch at least above. So now I'll finish getting that off, and then we will see how far back the next layer of the onion goes.
Who said all these Jeeps could come here? It's like collecting Pokemon, like collect them all. We should actually create a game of the Jeeps that we collect. Not like collect personally like our vehicles, but like that show up on property.
Have a bingo card?
Like a bingo card.
Oh, we could put out a bingo card.
We could put out a bingo card. For those of you following along at home, bingo on Survivor TJ Rubicon from Kentucky. Stamp.
Very specific. It's got to be
super specific. All right, so what are we doing?
Doing the Toys for Tots Jeep drive-through.
Drive through where?
Goodyear Blimp.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the Goodyear Blimp Jeeps Only Toys for Tot drive-through, and the Savage is off today. So Leo and I are flying solo. So you're gonna have to deal the best with what we've got. We've got some toys. We're gonna be meeting that good friend and customer Jason. He's down here. Also, there's just a ton of good local Jeepers, a number of clubs that we associate with and cater to. Folks who came and supported our Christmas parade after Thanksgiving, and so we're headed down. We've got some toys. Are we on time? No, we're not on time. So we're gonna make the best of it, and who knows? We might have to, jump into line somewhere near the end and just kind of tag along. We'll figure that out. Am I gonna make you the cameraman? No, I'm just gonna hope that it's working and that Davey can stabilize it. Did we get here on time? No. But we're gonna live. We're gonna live, right?
It could be worse.
It could be worse. It could be worse. So we've made it, right? And you're gonna have to put up with my cell phone filming. But here we are at the Goodyear Blimp Hangar numero dos. Dos. So come to find out, we went to the Akron Fulton. Look, there's Jason. He doesn't want to be on camera. I don't know. So we went to the Akron Fulton Airport. You know what's not there? All of these Jeeps. So let's. You saw. Hold on a second. So there you go. You can have a look-see-loo at all of this, right? So it's really cool. If you know, we actually have a really cool, so we have a Mini Cooper S Turbo, and little did I know that there was actually, hey, I know those people. What's going on? So there's a Mini Cooper drop off, there's a bike drop off, there's an ATV drop off. So it's really wicked cool. Look at winter wheeling season. Love it. There's Scott and Jenna. So definitely a huge turnout, and we're excited to be part of it. We've got a bunch of the books, the signature books that we've written, and we've got some toys. We got Legos. We got slime. I know Jason. There's Jason again. He's got toys. So we'll be driving through, dropping off. I'm pretty pumped to see this blimp. I'll be honest with you. I'm a child, and what's that?
If it's even in here.
You don't think the blimp's in here? You don't think it might be? It might not be in there. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I'd be fired up if the blimp wasn't here. Leo, is there a blimp in there?
Yeah.
You think there's? Did you see a blimp? This is like the coolest Mini Cooper. That's a straight import model there. Central Minis. Yeah, I'm here for this one. Perfect. If I was recording you, recording me, recording us at the blimp, our stand-in Savage, the video man. Yeah. He did miss out. What did he miss out on?
The blimp.
Savage missed out on the blimp.
Yeah.
We're just recording each other, recording the event. Goofy. What are your thoughts on the event so far?
It's really cool. Also, we got to see the blimp as the hangar opened.
Yep.
The hangar's on train tracks.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like a train.
Big,
except for
like I-beams or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
The doors actually open quite fast because it's actually towed. There's a box at the bottom with a motor in it.
Okay.
That winds up a tow strap that pulls the whole door open, so it went really fast.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's a good observation how it worked. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at Jeeps. So here is a bunch of our goodies for the donation. The Jeeps are starting to enter. I'm obviously still gabbing at the phone. We've got the climbing, creeping, muddy Jeeping. We've got about 5 or 6 of those donated on behalf of SFJ from my sister wrote those. Go to Amazon and buy them for all your loved ones. And then we got all these toys in here. We got Legos and puzzles and slime and lots of cool stuff to make people happy this season. It's just another way that it's so valuable for us to make the communities happy with our Jeeps. It's the best way to give back. We've got our fine Marines out doing the collection. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! All right, so we're driving out of the Goodyear. I'm buckling because I went in and out of the Jeep 101 times. So you see Leo's jumping in here. The phone's on a mount because we're gonna drive past our Goodyear police force, apparently, our first responder security. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What a cool experience. I think we're on
Helicopter.
helicopter. Well, we're by airports, and other goodies. God, we're by at least the one airport that I went to that was wrong. Then we're here at the Goodyear Blimp Hangar, airship operations. So we're gonna see if we can get a picture with that, and then we're headed off for to grab some food. But thank you to Goodyear and obviously the Jeep community as a whole for making sure that this opportunity exists and we can participate in it. So super cool experience. And if you have the opportunity to do it in the future, I highly recommend it. I know, but for the love of God, I wanna take a picture with you. I've been holding my arm out like I'm like Ken from Barbie for like the last 45 minutes.